Focus. Breathe. Wake up, Knight. You must take up your arms again. You were fighting in the last great battle for Britannia, when King Arthur's adversaries marched against the once and future king. Do you remember the earth trembling? Can you recall the gathering of terrible armies? You saw Camelot burning and watched the power of magic tearing apart the world at its seams. You led knights and monsters into a deadly storm of fury and blood. You have unleashed something that cannot be stopped. The tide of madness and pain will swallow us all. I have brought you back to end this nightmare, Sir Mordred.
Here we go. Welcome all. So this is King Arthur Knight's Tale. The title is a bit misleading since the main protagonist is actually Mordred. Such a cool name, Mordred. So this game has been developed by Neocore Games, and they made some other really great games for a lot of people enjoy, like the Inquisitor for Warhammer 40k Martyr. I've played it a bit, but not too much. But also Van Helsing. So these are the three most recognizable games from Neocore Games. And I gotta tell you, I haven't tried King Arthur Knight's Tale for quite some time. I think it was released about 2 years ago. I was so pleasantly surprised and just so addicted to this game. I mean, I'm gonna show you in the customizations and what you can do in Camelot, and the different skill trees that you can take in your alignments and your morality. But I was so pleasantly surprised. This was a hidden gem. I mean, sure, it has some flaws, but the replayability for me and the atmosphere just completely nails it. I just have to say, just ahead of time, it does have a tiny bit of issue with the voice acting in some cases. I just think that some of the voice acting could be could sell just a tiny bit more. But other than that, I'm very, very happy with the game. And this is by no way sponsored by Neocore Games. I'm just going to be doing the playthrough and some analysis of the story of the characters and the transformation of those characters, because this is not the vanilla King Arthur tale of Camelot and Avalon and the Lady of the Lake and Morgan Le Fay and Mordred, Sir Galahad, Sir Lancelot, all those characters. These have been many characters have been zombified, to put it lightly, and it's a great twist where you can take some of the combat of something that resembles, let's say, XCOM, not exactly it, but the basic blueprint is XCOM, and some of the darkness from Dark Souls. I'm overselling it. It's not as the misery is not as much as Dark Souls, but it is towards that direction. So imagine a perfect merge between XCOM and Dark Souls. The atmosphere and the darkness and misery and the Cthulhian nightmares from H.P. Lovecraft into an XCOM strategy game in a disturbed story of King Arthur, specifically for Mordred here, the Kingslayer. Mordred is the one that gets killed by Arthur, his own father, by being impaled with a spear. And before he falls, he also deals a lethal blow to Arthur. and they both die. And the story is, as you're going to see in the intro, they are risen once more. And I'm not exactly clear what exactly is going on. I've replayed the first act 4-5 times with different customizations, and I'll show you the morality chart and the talent tree. But I still don't know what the heck is happening. So I'm very curious to see what happens after Act 1, because I think it has 3 acts. I've only played Act 1, so highly recommend this game. So, new game. We're gonna go classic, and I will go with the toughest nightmares difficulty there, which I think I can handle it. The problem is that I'm telling you ahead of time, I've replayed Act 1, so I sort of know, I have a lay of the land, right? But I might do some save and load. Just telling you ahead of time, some cases, the game is not as punishing as XCOM, where you can have a 99.9 repeating, of course, that's a WoW reference, percent of hit. Like it's a guarantee hit. And then XCOM and Y2K games will tell you, well, no, that's not gonna happen. And you miss a point blank shot with 95% chance to hit. I'm like, this does not happen here. If you can see the enemy, you can hit the enemy. So it's not as punishing as this. But I might play a bit John Rambo in some cases, just to test the waters and just to have some fun. So if something goes out, I admit, I'm gonna load. And the reason why I'm gonna load, the reason why I'm going on a very hard difficulty, is just so we can have the option to just load the mission. We can go with roguelite mode, which still guarantees a save. So even if you mess up a mission, you can load the previous save and will send you back to the start of the mission, right? Or back to Avalon, to Camelot. But just for the sake of convenience, I'm gonna try the Ruthless AI. And I'm just telling you ahead of time, I might do some save and load, right? Because I like to experiment. Here we go. I'm just gonna be quiet and let you enjoy the intro, because I really love the intro. Cheers.
Wake up, knight. You must take up your arms again.
Oh.
This is all very confusing. I know. Focus.
I'll try.
It will all become clear soon.
Yep. This is the Dark Soul darkness that I'm loving.
You were fighting in the last great battle for Britannia, when King Arthur's adversaries marched against the once and future king. You have committed dreadful acts to fulfill your destiny.
Ouchie.
Do you remember the earth trembling?
That's a great Lord of the Rings shot right here.
Can you recall the gathering of terrible armies? You saw Camelot burning and watched the power of magic tearing apart the world at its seams. You led knights and monsters into a deadly storm of fury and blood. You destroyed the ladies of the sun and the lords of the winter. You have killed King Arthur, and with his dying breath, he struck you down. You both died, and yet you both live. You have unleashed something that cannot be stopped. The tide of madness and pain will swallow us all. I have brought you back to end this nightmare, Sir Mordred.
Why did you awaken
I
me?
want you to go on a nightly quest. I want you to finish what you have begun.
It's a golden
Kill
sword.
King Arthur, or whatever he has become.
You know what I think after
After
this sword?
I took his dying vessel to Avalon.
Frostmourne hungers.
Come on.
Sir Mordred, living and breathing.
You thought of the same thing when you saw that sword.
But is he truly alive? I wish I could talk to him, but I can't just yet. Serves him right anyway. I've set this dread knight on a dark path, and for now, I can only watch where it takes him. I've brought back King Arthur's nemesis, and wonder if I made the right choice. Mordred did the impossible, after all. Almost killed the king, who cannot be killed. And that's how the nightmare began.
Well, milady, I'm gonna tell you that I might go tyrant. So you probably made the wrong choice to resurrect me as Mordred. I mean, look at Mordred. How can you not? I'm gonna explain. Let's say you have the choice to go good or evil, tyrant or a steadfast leader. I don't remember exactly the specification, how it's called in the game. I mean, look at Mordred. He is just amazing. He definitely reminds me of Morgoth, to be honest with you. Ironclad, great dark armor. Well, plus the spikes and Frostmourne. This guy knows what I'm talking about. Great scenery. Anyway, sorry. Let's keep going.
Wait! Who the hell are you?
I'm here to teach you some manners, lad.
As I told you, XCOM. You click, you attack.
Stigma.
So, Mordred at this current level has this first attack, deals just damage to an adjacent enemy, and we can modify the skills going forward. And this is sort of a hex. Vulnerability for one turn. I'm gonna skip for now. So, vulnerability.
Finish him. Damn, that felt good. But where am I?
I thought that dying can change a man, but I might be wrong.
You're
Hey, who's there?
definitely
I
wrong.
can hear you. Let me out.
What is this thing?
Hold on, I gotta loot first. Sir Balon, is it? Sir K? Okay, you gotta wait, man. I gotta loot this dungeon. I mean, I just awoke from slumber.
Open the door, whoever you are.
Dude,
Help me.
chill.
And I will help you.
Jesus. I've been dead, you know. You know I killed King Arthur. Can I loot, please, in peace? Jesus. Okay, nothing here. Hey, buddy. Sorry, lads.
Well, well, well.
Sir K.
Sir Kay.
Look at his
King
eyes.
Arthur's seneschal, in a dungeon rotting away, a hero's reward. An honest and capable man, but a bit dull. Like
Oh, is he dull for you, Miss Lady of the Lake?
Sir Mordred, the scourge of Britannia
Yeah,
is
he-
back. Avalon is not a place for your treacherous kind.
Yeah, this guy is a hero that fought the places of the forces of darkness, locked behind a cage, and the Lady of the Lake calls him dull. Sir K, sir, I gotta take you out. What the hell is going on here? Come down and talk to me.
Are you real? Or just a ghost? Tell me,
Both.
Mordred, do you remember killing me?
Can't say I do know, and yet, here you are. Speak,
Help me escape, traitor. Then we may talk.
I vouch for you, buddy. He calls me traitor. Come on, man. Can I please have one ally here? Jesus. You promised me home. What is this wretched place, anyway?
I've already told you. Avalon, the island of the fallen knights. And this is Castle Camelot.
This hovel is Camelot?
Yes. Not the one that you remember, though.
Fair enough, buddy. Sorry about your eyes. You promised me help if I set you free. How about that?
I keep my promises. I will help you, Mordred. The powers that rule this land decided to trust you with our fate. I don't know how to feel about that. But soon, you must make your very first decisions.
I already have. Sir Kay, you look thinner than I recall. Than a Knight of the Round Table. Do you have any loot? Sir, do you have any loot? Nope. No loot here. Why is this glowing? Can I pick it up and sell it afterwards? Come on, man. Let's get you dressed up, buddy.
Great. That's my armor over there. Finally. I feel more useful now.
You think a sword makes you less useless?
We must get out of here. Go to the door and let me handle this.
The guy got off the dungeon. He gets suited up and says, I feel less useless. He says, do you think a sword makes you feel less useless? Look at this guy. Look at... That's a great duo already. I would watch a 80s sitcom with those two.
Rascals! I told you that you will pay for this.
What the hell is he doing out of his cell?
You rascals.
Surprise.
Surprise, mother boop.
Too late to run now.
Sorry, forgot to mention. You can backstab someone, as you saw before, if you are in this position behind him. And in some cases, I think a strange position with some of the rogues, the thieves, but we'll check later. Definitely have to be beside them, but I think some of them can have a surprise attack. I'm not sure if it sucks though, surprise and backstab. Boom.
I am here to serve.
By the way, I love Sir Kay. He's a powerhouse. Cleave him. He's all yours, brother.
That's it. I was just getting warmed up.
Don't worry, buddy. Plenty more. I don't know if you can hear this treasure. What you can hear is treasure. It means that in the vicinity, there's a treasure chest or something that you can pick up. And that is where they found it. The Arkenstone. Sorry, have Hobbit on the brain.
This is the Warden's room. Prepare for battle.
Will do.
Sir Kay, you are really persistent, but I can't let you walk free.
You don't have much choice in the matter now, Warden.
Move and
Prepare to die.
slice. Of course, just like XCOM, you can do Overwatch attacks. And turn. Hopefully, without me explaining, you understand how exactly this works. It's basically like XCOM. Each side has their own turn. Some people, some characters can move, have more move points and more action points in general. Look how far Arthur can go, and how far Sir Kay can go. So the green means that you can go to a specific location and then perform an attack or any active skill. Overwatch, special abilities, spells, attacks, etc. If you go to the gray, which I will now, you will not be able to attack. You can only move. You can only perform an attack
Time to feed the raven.
either if you stay in the same position, which you have more action points, and you can see them on the side right here. Let me just control and show you. Here you go. You can reserve a few action points if you press and turn and reserve some of your AP meaning action points, right? And you can have all the other stats here. Basically, for these characters, Mordred has more move speed, less damage per se, but as you can see, more armor here. I'm gonna show you all that stuff later. Oh no, they have the actual amount of armor anyway. Serkei deals a lot of damage, but he's very slow. Very slow.
Kneel before
So first, dispatch this guy. Boom. Just gonna curse him for a bit. Buddy, I'm just gonna curse you, and then finish you. Boom.
Now we should find the one who is truly in charge here.
Gotta love the architecture.
More trinkets.
For now, yes, buddy, it's just trinkets. I hear treasure. See, if you were playing Dark Souls, imagine you're playing Dark Souls, right? And you go on an empty corridor and you see this treasure chest. What's the first thought in your mind? It's a trap. It's a trap, obviously, or there's a mimic or something that eats you, but we don't have it here.
Treasure chest.
Yep, you can just
What do we have here?
pick it up, which is good. I don't think there are any traps in when you just navigate the rooms. Here's the map. So when you navigate, oh, this looks remarkably like Dungeons and Dragons. Very good, very nice. I really like the design of the map, and then in Camelot I'll show you. But there are traps when you are in battle mode.
Careful. It's quite a crowd.
You know very well that diplomacy was never my strong suit.
Yeah, indeed. So, when you saw those X's in the map, that means that that is an entry point for battle. And to be honest with you, I should have used another entry point. Because now, this is not us moving, this is the game
I am ready.
Time to
allowing
feed
us
the
to
ravens.
navigate, to play, sorry, my apologies, to place our heroes prior to the combat, and now we start. So this was a mistake. I should have, okay, this was stupid. I should have gone to those sides to attack the archers. That was my mistake. Now this, oh, this looks like a loon from WoW or Saloon from Baldur's Gate. Okay, fudge this. I'm just gonna do what I should have done. I'm just gonna go on this side. Oh, and pressing space while walking makes the characters and the enemies move faster. I'm gonna let them go slow for a bit now, and then we'll speed them up because sometimes it takes some time. So, when you hover over an enemy, you can see how much they can move. The red that you can see here is how much they can move and attack. Similar to our playstyle of the green, right? And the yellow or the gold is where they can actually move their character, the enemies, without attacking. I'm not sure, however, about the range. Is this a maximum range? The gold for the archers. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move Mordred to take cover here, and Serkei here, and Oh, come on, man. You were supposed to hit Mordred. He's in cover. Not Sir Kay, come on.
I am here to serve.
Okay, accidentally, this is a genius move because this is a great funnel. You can have an entire armada of enemies here, and you can just 300 it. Basically, you can have one awesome Spartan here, keeping everything in this choke point. So this guy cannot do anything. Yep. Now, let's go to this guy. So, here's the thing with Mordred now. I can move here, but I cannot attack. So, I'm not gonna move to this location, because maybe this guy can hit me a lot easier. I'm gonna go to here with cover. And this guy, whoever, if the enemy or you go next to ranged characters, they will deal either half damage or 1/3 of the damage. I'm not sure. I think it's half damage. So he attacks only half damage because there's a melee unit next to him. Blocked. 1, 2. Okay.
I am ready.
Sir Kay. Okay. Just one attack? Why just one attack? Okay. So Sir Kay has, as you can see here, has 7 action points. And the attack costs 4. So he can only do 1 attack if you spend all your action points. We can fix this, because he has heavy armor. I'll show you afterwards. So we can do something about this.
Awaiting your command.
So I'm gonna do something else here. I'm gonna do something else.
What master do these soldiers serve anyway?
That would be Sir Tywelin.
Lead me to him. I want to explain him that this is my castle now.
This is my castle now. That's a great throne room, buddy. Is that a monster?
So, you are back as well, traitor. You probably don't remember me.
That's a great throne. Is that Zeus? Is that a god in the old faith? In the Arthurian legends? Okay. I wish I knew what you are.
I am just a walking corpse, cheated out of his death. And I will make everyone suffer for this injustice.
I do not wish to antagonize the dead, or the walking dead, in this instance. Do you have a name, fallen one?
He was Sir Tywelin, a once noble warrior with 2 sons, both knights.
I mean, look at this. I might play a tyrant, because I think Avalon needs a stronger leader right now, but this is just pathetic. This is... first of all, I do like League of Legends, but this is League of Legends kid taunts. Like, Sir Mordred will never say something stupid like this. And it doesn't even give me a tyrant morality attribute either. What are you doing in Camelot?
I fell in battle, like we all did. But instead of gaining new life in legendary Avalon, I've returned as a lost one.
This is Mordred. I might be just as lost as you are. What are you even talking about?
Let me rephrase it, traitor. Camelot is a sacred place.
Reserved for the once and future king.
That is the law. But I spit on the laws of the Lady of the Lake.
Hey, buddy, I like you already. There you go. Clever man. This is a great way to make an ancient enchantress very pissed. Do you think it's wise to infuriate the Lady of the Land? Again, this makes no sense. I'm just trying to do a very role-playing heavy approach to what I think should be the resolution for this nightmare that has fallen on Avalon.
I'm not afraid of her.
Lost ones
can't perish. This is our curse and blessing.
Is King Arthur here with you, walking corpse?
He is not. The unholy storm wrecked the ship that brought the dying king to Avalon.
He can't be dead, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
And the raging tempest, something was waiting for the ship. And then the darkness took the king, and all of us in its embrace. Arthur is beyond the Bridge of Sorrows, dwelling on the accursed land of midnight.
There's something I might be missing here. As you can see later on, they keep referring to midnight. The Bridge of Midnight, the Land of Midnight. Maybe it is this curse, the black storm, which corrupts everything it touches. Spare me the epic rubbish. Tell me where it is, where he is, and I'll let you live. Or whatever you call this existence. Fair enough.
Whatever you do, you need more than a blade to break my curse.
Dude, I have Frostmourne. I think. I'm not exactly sure. I keep talking to my sword, but he doesn't answer. We'll see. Worst case that he'll get on lamenting after I take your head. Okay, we may have an issue a bit with Sir Kay.
Your Highness?
I do not want Sir Kay to lose vitality. I'm going to explain how this works. So the green is the vitality. This is the, let's say, actual vitality reaches 0, you die. What you see above here is the armor, those 5 points. Sir Kay has lost almost all of them. And the brown one is the hit points. So how the system here works, which is fairly good actually, I might add, I haven't seen something similar, is when you get attacked, you lose your armor and some of the hit points. Once you lose all your armor, you lose hit points. Once you lose your hit points, hit point pool, you start losing vitality. When you lose vitality, after a certain threshold, you get lethal injuries. So you will have permanent debuffs on your character, which is not good. It's not good. You will have more bleeds, you will not be able to walk, you will have some other stuff. And Sir Kay has a specific flaw in his character, I'll show you afterwards, where if he goes on a mission and he doesn't have fully healed vitality, he will have lower loyalty. I'll explain that later. So I'm trying to not make him lose stuff, but he has lost some stuff, so... So we have a lot of stuff here. There's just no way I think I can... Can I? I have to lose some vitality, don't I?
I am ready.
I'm gonna try something risky. Let's see.
Time to feed the ravens.
I'm gonna try to move away from them for now. Here.
Ready to fight.
They keep attacking Sir Kay.
Time to feed the ravens.
I am ready.
See, he keeps attacking Sir Kay, which is an issue. This is an issue. But he still has not suffered any major... I mean, we're playing on very hard difficulty. We're playing on nightmare difficult, so fair enough. I need to protect Sir Kay from this archer and this guy. I can try to block. I can try to stand behind something. Here. Hopefully this guy cannot hit me, and Mordred can absorb the brunt of the damage. Let's see. Come on, man. He's just flailing at me. What the hell do I have to do? Okay then. How about this? Jesus. Oh, now you switch target. Okay, he's smart. Okay, fair enough. Boom. Okay, just
I can take them all.
stay cool, Mordred. Stay cool, buddy. Okay. Okay, he's good. He's good.
Ready to fight. None can stand in.
Boom. Okay. This was the tutorial, by the way. And I still got vitality damage in the nightmare difficulty.
The battle is over, and you must make a choice, Mordred. This is merely the first in a chain of similar decisions that will eventually determine what kind of leader you will be. Tell me, what will happen to Camelot?
First of all, I'm gonna print screen this for Steam, because this is awesome. So the way the game works is, and I'm gonna explain the character sheet and the talent trees and the morals, all that later. Here's the first major decision. So you have to decide whether you will be a trustworthy, steadfast, good, let's say good leader, which you choose this icon with a lion. So basically you become literally a steadfast protector. It's not exactly light, the force of light and righteousness, but it is as close as you can get here, because you have the option to do some strange stuff here, which are not exactly good. It's not exactly lawful good, as you might say in Dungeons and Dragons, but it is pretty close. Or you can be a tyrant, which is this bloody boar, which is just an amazing depiction of those two opposite moralities. The golden lion and the blood-spattered boar. Just very good. Symbolic-wise, a great choice from your core games. So if you choose to be a tyrant, you have to keep choosing the tyrant options, and then you get more expanded options in Camelot based on whether you become a tyrant or a lawful good leader. I've decided this is my throne room now, and with my band of selected knights I will fulfill my destiny. Or I have been chosen by the Lady of the Lake as the protector of Camelot. I will not take this throne, but I will make my round table and take on this quest. So, given the implications of what has transpired and the fact that I want to make this a more dark playthrough, I think I'm going to go with Tyrant for this one. I also have multiple other saves going into the loyal protectors, going into the light, going into the darkness, going into the old faith and Christianity. But I think this story demands more of a tyrant for this one. It is the closest thing that I can think of all the choices to go old faith and tyrant, to make a simulation of Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu in Avalon. So I have decided This is my throne room now. And with my band of selected knights, I will fulfill my destiny. Awesome loading screen, right? That is King Arthur. Or what's left of him. And welcome to Camelot. So this is our loot and mission rewards. A few swords. Overwatch. Come on, man. I don't care for Overwatch. Okay, that's good. Scene 4 plus 4 damage against unharmed units. Gain 2 damage for skill. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is also good. Okay, the sword for Mordred is crap. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't care for Overwatch for this, guys. But all the other stuff is good. And we get gold and building resources, which you can use to build up Camelot. I am Mordred, and I was reborn on the mystical island of Avalon, the resting place of the fallen knights. A vision told me my purpose, to find and destroy King Arthur. I woke up in a ruined castle, a reflection of the real Camelot. This is my castle now. I am still trying to understand the nature of the powers that brought me here. But meanwhile, I have a new realm to build and an old enemy to kill. No injury. Good stuff. Again, the HP, which is the brown bar that I mentioned earlier, automatically replenishes between missions, obviously. Vitality can only be healed when you go to the hospice. If you lose a lot of vitality in a mission, like Sir Kay, oh, they healed me because of the tutorial. Praise to Merlin. I haven't met Merlin. Is he good here or is he bad? Let me save. First of all, look at all these saves, man. Look at all these saves. And this is an epic one where you actually get to fight Arthur. So, true Camelot. Is that good? Call of Avalon 1. So this is Avalon. For now, this map expands. As we continue on our missions, this map will gradually expand. So there's a lot more to see. You cannot click on those missions for now because there has to be a mission for you to go in, like this one.
The nearby Kingstone.
This is the second mission. And let me give you a quick tour to Camelot. Oop. I don't have enough building resources. The tour to Camelot has been delayed due to lack of resources, and because this is a ruin, I guess I do not have enough building resources to build my own castle. Come on, man. Anyway, so let me show you the morality chart. Each choice you make will be represented in the morality chart. The choice is yours. Let me show you. So this is the cause of my late night replayabilities of this game, which I absolutely adore. Anything that has to do with role-playing, customizability, I really love. So, 2 axes. On the x-axis, you have the choice to go between the old faith or the old ways, as it's called. So this would be pagan rituals, old magic, anything abyssal or seed or elven magic or anything that has to do with magic per se goes here. And on the other side, on the x-axis, we have Christianity. This is a time in Avalon where the old ways, the old faith, old gods and old powers clash with Christianity. And in the Arthurian legends, you can see sometimes this fight, unless I'm mistaken, per to their account. So the major source and the major inspiration for many of the Arthurian legends comes from the book. I think it was a French author. The book is called La Mort d'Arthur, if I recall correctly, the death of King Arthur. So you have the choice to go between old faith and Christianity. And on the x-axis, you can go between the rightful leader, ruler, or the tyrant. And each one gives different rewards, as you can see. So if we go with a rightful, we can unlock Sir Lancelot and Sir Leo de Grance. Am I pronouncing it? Leo de Grance. Am I pronounced that correctly? Anyway. And on Christianity, we have Sir Galahad. Gala, which is light in Tolkien's Sindarin, Elven language. And the White Knight, for example, we have Sir Bedivere. When I first saw this, I read Sir Belvedere. I'm like, I'm not even American. And Lady, go away, fly. And Lady Morgan Le Fay. Morgause, which is it King Arthur's half-sister that he had an affair with, and their child is Mordred, I think, right? But Morgause is not Morgan Le Fay. These are two different characters. And also, you know the sword that Merlin had Arthur pull out of the stone to become a rightful king of England? That is not Excalibur. So the sword that was taken off the stone by King Arthur is not Excalibur, which is given by the Lady of the Lake. And the Lady of the Lake is more like a title than one single lady. I think, based on the legends, I have to do some more homework. I did my homework for this, but there's a lot of stuff and a lot of conflicting info, I think, so I might need to do some more. And if you go Tyrant, you can unlock the Black Knight, which he has an amazing mission. I just love the mission of the Black Knight. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but he literally sold his soul for something, as you might have guessed. But it is feudalistically awesome. I loved it. And the Red Knight. This has the Red Knights. I think this is a unit in Warhammer Total War for the vampire counts, specifically for Vlad von Karstein. I think he has a Red Knight's retinue, I think. Anyway, Sir Dagonet, I love this guy. So I have, to be honest with you, depending on the so if you go on X-axis and Y-axis, depending on the quartiles, you can unlock different characters. I have not unlocked the majority of them. I've seen the Black Knight, for example. And pardon the statistical, mathematical programming talk. I'm also a data scientist, so I just see quartiles and axes. Anyway, so we spend enough time here. Quick tour. This will be oral heroes that we're going to have, right? There's a lot more here. I think there's like 30 different heroes. We obviously cannot have all of them. But depending on your morality, I'm going to try to choose the more H.P. Lovecraft Call of Cthulhu authentic experience for this dark place, which would be Tyrant and All Faith. And this has to do with the units that you get. So I like magic, so you need All Faith to go magic, right? Christianity has amazing tanks and melee units. I think some sages as well. But it does not it sort of lacks in magic. If you go rightful in Christianity, I think you have some really strong tanks. If you go Old Faith and Tyrant, you have amazing mages. I really want to see Sir Dagonet. It literally has a sort of Lovecraftian theme in Dagon in his name, right? So now here's our character screen. You can see our stats here, as I explained. Let me give him a new sword. Skill points here. I'm gonna, because I wasted a lot of time to explain the previous one. I know what I'm gonna level up for the first ones. So this is seal charge. We're gonna get on the next level up. Let me lower the music just a tiny bit. I'm gonna buff the anti-buff for Sir Mordred, which lasts +1 turn, which is extremely useful, especially when we get archers and mages. And I'm gonna buff the +10% vulnerability, giving us 30%, almost 1/3 vulnerability extra damage for 2 turns, which is huge. And Sir Kay, good old Sir Kay. I'm gonna give him the rune, so he does, as you can see here, 11 to 13 damage, and what this goes to 11, 15. Okay, it just boosted its maximum damage. Okay, fair enough, buddy. No armor, no accessories. 2 damage for 2 turns. Sir Kay kills a lot more than Mordred, so yes, I'm gonna give him that, and I'm gonna give him unbreakable armor. And that's it for now. Oh, level up. I'm not fond of the Death Strike. AP 5. Might as well. Okay. So Death Strike deals a lot more damage, but if the enemy has armor, it reduces that damage, right? But I'm gonna buff Strike, and I'm gonna have another video where I explain all of those different categories and those different talents. I'm gonna go with plus damage to Strike for now. So Sir Kay has this armor. Okay. We're gonna have to buy more stuff later on. Here you can see some traits from the heroes. And thankfully, the game gifted us a freebie because I lost vitality in my previous, in the tutorial. So, as I mentioned before, if you go on a loyalty, if you go on a mission without full vitality, which is here, your actual hit points, this is the armor hit points, let's say, then he gets minus loyalty. When you increase or decrease loyalty, you get the appropriate boosts or negative effects in your character. So I'm gonna overwrite this. Let's go to the second mission. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next ones. I fixed the camera a bit, Unfortunately, the follow-up episode is still gonna be with the old tricky fading and cropping mistakes, but I think I fixed it. It's fine. And let's reforge Camelot and the Round Table in the image of Michael Scott from The Office and Dunder Mifflin. I mean, I would so watch that. Can you imagine a spin-off show with Michael Scott as Arthur and Dwight as Mordred? Netflix, you have your task. Let's make it happen. Thanks, guys. See you in the next ones.